of India-US CEOs Forum to commit almost 250,000 young Indian engineers. And similarly, even in airline pilots, Google has taken a commitment. A whole lot of other top companies have actually taken clear commitments. So, as you know, that India today is undergoing a technology revolution. It is no longer the India which you left. In fact, every year I go, it's a different India. You know, 3 years ago, very rarely people would accept digital payments. कैश तो इंडिया में सब देते थे, बट आप अभी जाइए और किसी भी ढाबे में भी कोशिश करना, आपसे डिजिटल पेमेंट मांगेंगे. We have created a digital identity for more than a billion people, and that digital identity, imagine if a private sector company had created, would have made billions.
Absolutely.
But the government of India has made it available for public, which means that when credit card companies, for example, give credit cards, they can approach that digital identity and confirm. For example, mobile phones. You can get a mobile phone connection in India in few hours now. Earlier it used to take days because you can access that digital identity and confirmation with that. Similarly, bank accounts when you open. So that's the kind of revolution that is taking place. So when I read it with you that this is the time to connect and help the young, the US government and US administration has seen through it. And that's why we have gone where we have in this visit. And that's why I tell you that we have reached the next level. And this will only go positively forward. And all of you, your success has played a critical role in convincing United States and India that there is a huge future here. Many times when I discuss and argue with my colleagues, I often ask them, where do you send your children to study? And I don't want to take other countries' names. You know, all the ones which are much in news. So, why? Because United States is a technology powerhouse. And India is an emerging technology powerhouse. Therefore, this combination is a natural combination. And given all our similarities, like the free exchange which we have, which all of you have on your dining tables. I'm sure if today you had asked your children, by Indian ambassador Arai, we want you to come, how many would have agreed? They would have told you, we have other things to do. You go and listen to the Indian ambassador. So that's the kind of freedom we are born into. So Americans and Indians, we have a lot of similarity. And that's why we connect so well. I also want to mention a few people-to-people aspects. It was a wonderful report card one of the earlier speakers was giving, that all the requests, the positivity of the consulate. I hope it is true. If it's not true, please ensure that it is true. I do want to mention to you that, look, we also function in constraints. But during the crisis time, during the COVID, you saw all my officers, all the consulates, we actually were at the airport running those Vande Bharat flights. So you can be sure, as my Prime Minister often said, that if ever, and we pray that it never happens, but if ever a crisis comes on the Indian American community, you will see us standing with you. That is very important. To make life a little more easier, we have agreed to open a consulate in Seattle. This was a very old demand. But there is also a commitment to open 2 more consulates. And as Pradhan Mantri ji said that day, and he smiled, that I know now what kind of pressures I have. So we have a commitment to open 2 more consulates, but what this all will help is actually help many of you and many of your other friends, including Americans, to get Indian visas. And we are always open